Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Aaliyah. I am really getting into this vlogging thing. I never thought that that would be something I'd be interested in, but I really like the kind of visual aspect of learning and communicating and sharing things about myself that I never really had the opportunity to share before. Not because like people aren't interested or I don't have people in my life who care about what I want to do, but just because I was never super confident in it myself. And now, in where I'm at in my life right now, I just want to take things in my own hands and really find a tool to express myself and to express where I'm at and what matters to me and what my passions are. And that is why I'm here and why I'm talking with all of you today. So who's ever here with me now, like, welcome. I hope you find this helpful. That's a big part of what this vlog's for, is just to like bounce off ideas and to just connect and to just get a feel for where other people are at in the world, because we're all growing, we're all learning, we're all trying to work through different things in our lives and figure out who we want to be, and that's okay. I mean, that's where we're at, and we're all there, and we're all working on it, and we're all trying to improve ourselves, and if we're not, we're probably just stuck and we need a little bit of help. So I hope this vlog helps, and yeah, and I'll just dive right into it. Today I just kind of want to share my past and kind of like where I've been and like where I am now and the direction I've gone into just through my own personal experiences and the education that I've had and the experiences that I've had, and what the next like rest of the year or the rest of this next quarter is going to take me, and what kind of focus I want to have and the opportunities that are available to me. So I'll go ahead and share. So let's just start it. I got into yoga 3 years ago, right? I was going to my community college, didn't have any direction, just gonna do a transfer degree, go to a 4-year university, pick something, probably psychology, and just like, just find some kind of job where I could help people and try to make a difference, but didn't really know what specific facet I wanted to go into or what kind of niche I wanted to have. And so my last quarter at Wacom, I needed 3 more credits to pass, and so I ended up taking a yoga class, and it changed my life. I was a kid who struggled with high stress all the time, just allergies, just like, kind of like uh, our future, our generations, just ails or illnesses that they have, and it's just like, it's typical like immune deficiency kind of things where you're just groggy all the time, you don't have a lot of energy, you have a lot of allergies, you get sick more often just because of the way our food is being processed, especially in the States nowadays. Like, there's just a lot of issues with keeping our immune systems healthy on a day-to-day basis, which we're trying to fix with just addressing symptoms and trying to fix with medication and prescriptions, and that's just not where I've ever found relief. And so basically, I first started doing yoga community college 3 years ago. Most amazing teacher. She taught me how to relax for the first time in my life. She taught me how to breathe. She taught me how to make myself a priority and give myself the time that I needed to rest and reset and recharge, and let me know that that was okay, that I didn't have to continuously push and push myself on a deeper level. I could take time in my day to take a break, to lie down, to breathe, and I don't think that's always taught, especially in Western society. We're just always racing. We're always on that rat race, trying to get things accomplished, trying to be as busy as we can, trying to get everything done, and it's just, that doesn't always lead to a healthy outcome, because we tend to crash. People crash, like if they're not getting the proper rest and relaxation that they need. And that's when yoga changed my life. I was so driven. I was in sports and really focusing on education and being a kid who's kind of a slow learner just within regular academics. I don't learn the way that most individuals in our school system do, the way that school's designed for. So like having that opportunity to take a break and to not always have to push was really helpful for me, because for me, I would go to school all day and then I would go to practice for like 2 to 3 hours in the evening, and then I would just be so exhausted because I'd have to study until probably like 10, 11 at night, and then I would just crash, you know? Like, it was just every day I would push myself to try to keep up with the type of education that I was being given through my public school, which, no hate, nothing wrong with public schools. Like, we're all doing the best we can, and reforming education is an ongoing struggle, and all of my teachers were great influences on my life, and it was a hardship for me, and it didn't really give me the kind of direction that I needed when going into college and thinking about a career. And so then I took this class, and it was just like, whoa, like, who am I? I'm happy. I'm like taking a break, I'm like breathing, I'm like enjoying my life. I could sit back and like view the world from a more relaxed, like observational perspective, instead of being so focused in, you know, where it's just like, I gotta get this done, I gotta get things complete. It was like, no, I can sit back, I can take a few minutes to just like observe what's going on around me, to just like see where I'm at, like the best way to approach something. It made me clear-headed, it took me out of that survival mindset, and it just relaxed my nervous system completely. And so yeah, I fell head over heels for yoga and dove so deep into that. Like, the first thing I ever like was so fascinated by, and just like was like, wow, this is changing my world, this is changing my perspective, like viewing consciousness and energy from in like an Eastern perspective versus our Western view, where everything's so much more like linear, and everything from an Eastern perspective was so much more like circular, and everything like it comes back to itself, you know, like everything is within itself, as this is the best I can explain at this current moment in time. But anyways, we'll dive deeper into that when I have some time to like refresh myself on Eastern philosophy and dive more into Buddhism and Taoism and stuff like that. But as of right now, yeah, I started reading books. And let me tell you, I never read books, so this is like, blow my mind. And like, I started practicing every day. I like, might have been a slight obsession, but you know, like, it made me happy. It made me really happy, and it made me feel so much better in my body. And then it changed my life. It changed my lifestyle. I woke up earlier, which is crazy for me, because I was the type of girl who'd always be hitting that buzzer, like always last minute to get out of bed, take a 5-minute shower, throw on clothes, get out the door with like 15 minutes to get to school, and it's like a 15-minute drive. So yeah, I can be late sometimes. But anyways, like, yoga was like, no, wake up in the mornings, give yourself time to say hello to life and to yourself, and to practice self-care, and to create a whole lifestyle that like brings you joy and bliss, and so you can give that to others and cultivate that for other people in your relationships. And so basically what happened was I started practicing. I am still super shy in the yoga community in general, and like I'm still having a hard time branching out and joining a specific studio that like fits me and my style, and I know I'll create that when the time is right. And just the first year I was like dabbling in other studios, but mostly doing my own personal practice, and I was also getting into Ayurveda and Reiki and other types of healing methods, and just like overwhelming myself with alternative therapies and like hypnotherapy. I was going to see a hypnotherapist in Seattle for a while, and I was just like really loving all of it, and it was necessary, because I was going through a lot of struggles becoming an adult and trying to figure out who I am and what kind of path I wanted to go on, and I really just, I found it, you know, like I found who I was for the first time, and that was really exciting for me. I I felt like I had some sense of identity. I felt like I had something that I could be proud of, that I was passionate about, that I was like, hey, I'm excited to share this with you. Like, let's talk about this. Like, what do you know about such and such? What do you know about metaphysics? What do you know about, like, Eastern philosophy? And what podcasts do you listen to? And, like, hey, like, share anything with me, you know? Like, let's just give knowledge and receive it. And so really, like, yoga created that for me. And from day one, I was like, I want to be a teacher. Like, I know I'm brand new, I know I'm a baby, I know I'm, like, really just getting my feet wet in this, but, like, I want to make it a lifelong practice. And I know that through education and through teaching it to other people, you can really gain a deeper understanding from that. So basically, I was looking all over my city, trying to find a place where I could teach and share information, and I never found the right flow. I never found the right style for me, and so I continued to search. And on the side, I had been working for childcare. I'd been taking care of a family member of mine, and really just, like, surrounding myself with healthcare and trying to create healthy lifestyle habits for myself and for people around me, and taking care of others. And I'm obsessed with cooking. I love to cook, and I became vegan. It transformed my diet. I lost 30 pounds. I was feeling so much lighter and happier in my body, and for the first time I liked who I was, and I loved who I was. But it also came with a lot of struggles and a lot of mental discipline that I'm still working on and still trying to sift through, and still trying to have that self-positivity and self-motivation. And that's just going to continue to grow through this process as I dive deeper into yoga, into who I am, and into healthcare, into becoming a light worker, and sharing happiness and bliss, and how to cultivate that in your life. And so anyways, I was looking for a yoga teacher training and was having no luck here in town. And so I moved to Hawaii last year with some friends and tried to do a teacher training there, and that also just wasn't in alignment with who I was. And I also had a lot of anxiety with the living situation I was in, and just knew that path wasn't the right one for me. So I ended up moving back to the Pacific Northwest, and, like, took some time to just kind of reset, figure out what I wanted to do. I applied to go back to school. At that point, I'd been taking 2 years off of school, just working and studying yoga, and trying to figure out, like, where to focus my passions. And so I applied to go back to school, and then realized that wasn't right for me. So I ended up deferring, and I hopped on a plane, and I went to school in Thailand and studied yoga and lived in an ashram for 3.5 months. And it completely changed me. It completely reset my entire programming from birth, honestly, or past lives. Like, however deep you want to go, like, it reconnected me with my inner essence and within my true self, and working towards discovering that on a regular basis. And yeah, and I spent 3.5 months there, and just found inner peace, and also found a lot of struggle. And I learned that no matter if you're in a blissful state, you're still going to be facing suffering, and you're still going to be facing pain, because that is a part of bliss and love, and in its entire completeness. We need all of those aspects in life to really feel and to really be alive. Whew, sorry. One thing you learn about me is I tend to get a little emotional, so just bear with me. Like, don't worry about me, I'm fine. Like, you just gotta let the emotions flow, unless you're in, like, a serious position. But as of right now, like, I'll let it flow. And yeah, so that's basically where I was this summer. Oh, I'm trying to lift up my feet a little bit. Okay. Okay. So that's basically where I was this summer, and I was just trying to discover more about myself and who I was, and if yoga was something I wanted to turn into a career in the future. I know I personally don't feel like I have a lot of the education in actually teaching that I would to feel comfortable with just going to a studio and being like, hey, like, I'm a teacher, like, sign me up for your Saturday class at 7 a.m., you know, like I need more practice. I need a mentor, and I need to be more confident with myself, and that just comes with education and practice. So I teach here and there, like just with my friends and just with family, and just in kind of more of a home environment, and soon I'll branch out and teach some part classes. I've got one under my belt and I'm working my way, but this summer was kind of just about like regrounding myself after that total reset, total switch in personality, and not personality, excuse me, total switch in perspective into what life is and what life can be, and to realize my potential. And yeah, and since I've been home, I've had so much more drive. I've had so many revelations. All the things I was afraid to do this last year, where I was too scared to take steps forward, I completed, and I'm currently completing them as they go, you know, like I wanted to be a pre-K assistant teacher, and I wanted to be a caregiver, and those are aspects of my life that I am currently working on. And I was offered a pre-K assistant teacher position, and now I just decided that like that's not the right path for me. I love working with kids, but I need to dabble in a career where I'm engaging in adults and helping people, and just doing something that feels a little bit more urgent than I feel like early education is, even though it is such a priority. It's not where I feel like I am at currently in my life, and I need to have that instant feedback a little bit. I need to have more of a reassurance that like every day what I'm doing is really making a difference, and I know that it would be with early education. It's just not where I'm at, and that's okay. I mean, I've had my experiences with that. I was a nanny for 3.5 years. I worked at a daycare. I love working with kids. They are such an inspiration to me, but I really want to approach the rest of my 20s from an adult perspective, by engaging other adults and working with them to reach solutions and to make things more positive and productive, and to find solutions to what issues we're facing currently with this new generation. And yeah, and so I decided to go back to school, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. I hustled and bustled, and at the last day to sign up for school, I decided to go into assistant nursing program at my technical college here, and also applied to go to the four-year college here. And so as of right now, I'm gonna be getting my nursing assistant certification, and then transferring to a four-year school. Like, nursing isn't exactly the path for me, but I know it's a good, strong foundation in Western medicine, in Western education, in healthcare. So basically what I want to do is to have that foundation, what I had from my yoga teacher training that I did, and have the foundation from my CNA certificate program, and find a way to fuse those together, and to continue to combine Eastern philosophy, yoga practice, Reiki, other types of healing, you know, to combine that in meditation and all of those aspects with traditional healthcare here in the West. And I mean, I'm going to continue to do that through an abundance of methods, through all sorts of education, through herbology, through anatomy and physiology, through the beginnings of nursing, through Reiki, through yoga, through meditation, through different types of therapeutic practices. And my end goal is to graduate from my university within the next 2.5 years with a philosophy inspired, like, psychological nutritional psychological degree with a background in yoga and nursing assistant education. So with that foundational education, I really want to just be able to branch out and do consulting and to create my own website and to provide some type of business work where I can give people a strong foundation in just in Western healthcare and in Eastern healthcare and ways of approaching healing. And along the way, I'm going to take like other trainings and do probably some life coaching stuff here and there and continue with yoga certifications and to continue to teach and to continue to educate myself and probably dabble in herbology. Or I'm head over heels just so fascinated by Ayurveda, and so that's like gonna be another aspect of education that I'm gonna combine, like just like nutrition and psychology fusing with yoga and Ayurveda and philosophy. And that's kind of where I see myself in this next venture in my education. And it's really been inspired by the journey that I've been on so far. Like living in Thailand for a short period really showed me that we don't have to push ourselves so much in Western society. Like, we are beyond capable with just relaxing and approaching problems with clear thinking, with clarity, with motivation, and looking back and seeing all the options that are possible. And sometimes when we are living in high stress environments, we don't see all options that are possible or not open to them. And I think that's what Eastern philosophy and Eastern thought can reintroduce, this idea of energy and seeing things from more of like a consciousness perspective as we're shifting into this new decade, this new time in our lives where things are going to change and new information is going to become available to us on a regular basis. And I don't know, and that's kind of all that I have to really say at the moment. Like, I'm going to continue to vlog. Feel free to post comments on things you'd like to hear me talk about. I don't know if I've ever just talked about myself for this long period of time. So if you hung out for all of that, like, thanks. Like, appreciate it. Like, leave a comment. I'll respond. I'm super open to this experience, no matter if it's just me talking to my phone or if somebody's there listening. So please feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions, if you want to know about my experience in Thailand, if you want to know about what it's been like so far preparing for my nursing assistant program, or if you're curious about like just sharing information about like being a light worker and knowing what that's like, and knowing if you are one too. Like, let's just share our thoughts together, you know? Like, we're all learning, we're creating this world cohesively all together. So let's just see what there is to discover. And yeah, and thanks for listening. If the lighting's too bright, like, feel free to leave a comment. I'm trying to figure out how to illuminate this situation the best way I can. But yeah, I think it might be a little bit too bright, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. And anyways, thanks for taking time to listen. And I'll be back with another vlog, hopefully soon. I'll be trying to upload some yoga flows that I do just on my own, just when I need a good stretch, you know, just whatever I dabble in. I can also share some of the sequences that I learned at my Tantra school, and I would love to share those with people if they're super interested. So just leave a comment down below, and yeah, do the whole subscribe thing, and yeah, we'll see where things go. See ya.